Hi, this is Carly Black from Teach Mom Repeat. Thank you for checking out our videos on how to create a powerful class blog in just 5 simple days. So I want to come back to setting up your blog and working on some customization. Now that you've chosen a theme, you are ready to start customizing. And one of the things that I try to do with my students also is go through some of the particulars. Um, there are some things that you want to make sure that you go in and fix just in case it's not what you want as far as the defaults and things. So over here on your dashboard, because that's probably where you are, is in the dashboard. If not, you can find your way there by going to my site's blog and dashboard. You should be able to find it. So under users, you want to fix your profile because your profile is going to have a lot of defaults already set in there. So first of all, skip through some of these. I mean, you can change these if you want. It's totally up to you. You can just skip around and see what color scheme you like. But the big thing that you should notice, as I mentioned, usernames cannot be changed. So the information of your first name, last name, nickname, and your display name. This is going to be something you want to fix because this will default to your username. And obviously, I don't want every blog post that I write saying that it was written by Blog in the Classroom. I want my name there. And for you, it's probably, a teacher thing that you might want to pay attention to is, do you use your first and last name, or do you go by, Mrs. Smith or Mr. Smith? What do you want displayed as far as author is concerned? And then up here in the corner, which doesn't really matter. But the biggest thing is the author piece, because that's what your name will display publicly as. When I'm blogging with the students, I obviously don't allow them to use their last names, but my first and last name is on everything, so that's fine by me. In my class blog, though, I go by Mrs. Black. This is a class blog I've created that just helps teachers create their own class blogs. So it's a little bit different. The other thing you can do is fill in all this other information, a little biographical information. Your profile picture is something you do over here in Avatar. And then this is also a place where if you need to change a password, those kinds of things, you can do that as well. I'll just quickly pop over to the avatar. You can choose a file and add your avatar. I have a Bitmoji thrown in there. You'll notice I like Bitmojis. So that shows up here, and then you can also use it. I think it shows up also when you leave comments on any of the blogs when you're logged in as yourself. And okay, so the next thing that I want to show you, once you've set up your profile so you know what it is you want to do, the next thing is customizing your actual theme itself. So let's go to, appearance. And under appearance, it's going to say customize, and you click on that. And now this is going to give you a new menu and a live look at your website. And as you make changes, it's going to show you what it looks like. But until you've clicked on the yellow saved and publish button up here at the top, it won't save anything for you. So don't forget to do that before you leave this part. So we're looking at what my website would look like right now live. And unless I, saved in my changes, I have my site title that's in there, which you can change. If you don't like the one you signed up with, you can change it. Sometimes there's a tagline in here. This particular theme does not use a tagline, but many of them do. And its default setting is just another EduBlog. So if you just delete it out of there, then nothing will show up. But if you want to come up with a tagline, then of course come up with a tagline and let it be in there. I'm not sure why it even shows up here when I don't have one, but that's okay. And then this is your site icon. You can create an icon. I will be adding a bonus video to the email that also shows you how to create images in Canva if you've never done that before. So pay attention to where it shows you the different pixel sizes for imaging. Okay, so that's your site title. And one of the things that I kind of came to learn is that when it comes to customizing themes, you just have to kind of play around. You don't always know what it's going to look like. So if you just play with it, and you don't like it, then you can change it back or change it to something that you think you will like. So this is just kind of a time to go through and look and see, hey, what can I do? What can I change? What can I add? What does that look like? And the live preview over here will show you. So the text colors, the colors that I have, the text color, the background color, the primary color. So the primary color is when I hover and it is showing my menu color, and over here, the colors. And the purple is nice, but I want to add that coral color that's going to be in my image that I'm going to add. So I'm going to change this background color, and I'm going to use the coral hex code from the image that I created and create a background color. And it's being very slow. Let's click save and publish and see if it wants to show up. And it doesn't. So let me refresh the page for you so you can see what that looks like. Okay. There we go. So now I have this background color, and I have the purple, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. So let's add the actual header image. I'm going to show you how to add an image. I have one down here that I have downloaded. So I'm going to add new image. And I do have some here in my library, but I tweaked it just a little bit because of the way that it displays in this particular theme. So let me upload this new image, and I just dragged it right in there. So I took the top flowers off because I didn't like the way that it looked. And I'll have to crop it now. Okay, that looks good. And you'll see why once it goes in here. There. So before, the top flowers would get cut off by this menu up there anyways. So I liked leaving the bottom flowers and leaving that purple there. Now that purple is a little bit different as far as the purple that I used in the text, and I think it's okay. We'll just leave it. So as I scroll, I now have a little more continuity as far as colors and images, and I think I really like that. So I don't need a background image. You can have a background image. The menus, I have set up a header menu, which is currently my primary menu, and then here are all of the different pages and categories that I have created. So the difference between a page and a category. A page is something that you actually create in the dashboard. So you have pages and you have posts. And pages are like actual paper. They're solid. That's what's on there. You can write on top of them. You can add images to them. But they're not going to show up on your homepage. They're going to be something that you have to click to, and it will go to a new page. Posts are like Post-it notes, like sticky notes that go on top of your page. So that's like this Classroom Blogging 101. It's like a sticky note stuck to my page. Now, categories are ways that you can put your posts together. So some of the things that I'm blogging about are the curriculum, the things that I teach in order to use this as a writing curriculum in my classroom. And so if you want to find all of the posts that are specifically related to curriculum, I created this category page. Now you can add items, so it allows you to add very specific posts if you wanted to. And that's something you could add for the day, add for a week, a month, whatever you wanted. If it was something you wanted to highlight, make sure kids had quick and easy access to, or parents, whoever it is you're targeting there. Categories we talked about. Tags are similar to categories in the sense I don't have any, so that's why it's not displaying anything. But tags are also something you would include in creating a post, which we'll get into in your day 4 email. And format, I'll show you how to do that when we get back into the dashboard, because, oh wait, sorry, no, up here. Custom links is what I was looking for. So the custom links, this could be something that you put in your menu that was maybe a different website. So maybe your building website, or maybe a cooperating teachers website, maybe where the kids check their grades. I know we use Progress Book in our building, so maybe you would want to add where they can go for that kind of information, or if there were something very specific that you wanted to add there. That would give them another way to click through to a new website. Okay, so that's how you can add to or take away from your menu, depending on what you want in your menu. So my menu in this theme shows up here in the top. Sometimes menus are underneath the titles. Sometimes they're on the sides. It just kind of depends on the theme. Now, widgets are similar to menus, except for they are on this sidebar here. And these are kind of like apps for your pages. So it will show you your most recent posts. It will archive. It will show the different categories right now. It has this metadata, which, shows me different ways that I can log in. I usually delete that one. So you can also add other widgets. A couple that I'd highlight would be the audio displayer. If you are using podcasts or have different kinds of recordings, maybe you did a read aloud that you recorded, you could add that to the sidebar. You could also add them to actual posts themselves. But if you want kids to have quick home screen, homepage access to it. It's right there. I'm not sure what their author widget looks like. Again, some of these things you just have to kind of play with. The calendar is, as much as I wish sometimes that it was more of like an assignment thing, it's not. So this is a calendar where it just shows how many posts you have on that particular day, and people can click on that day to see the posts that went up on that day. Categories is already on there. The class blogs, this is for when you want to add students to your class blog. And we'll talk a lot more about that in the day 5 email. Custom HTML code. If you know how to code, more power to you. That'll be my next endeavor, learning how to code. You can create custom menus, Flickr, Google search, just an image if there's something you want to display. Different pages, recent comments I wouldn't suggest because you never know what people are going to say. The tag cloud is something definitely to add because again, if you are using tags when you make your posts, every time you write something about a reading lesson and you tag it reading, or if there's a different topic, a very specific topic that you're constantly posting on, that's a really good way for kids then to see, or parents to see all the different tags. So like maybe every time you guys have a major project assignment, you tag it project. And so that way they just find the widget on the side and click on the word project, and it will give them all the blog posts that have been tagged project. And you do that yourself. Again, we'll go into that in day 4. And then again, some arbitrary text. You can leave a little message off to the side, letting people know maybe do you use Remind? That's a good app. You could give directions for how to go there, although you could also do a screenshot and add that as an image. That's a great idea. Or maybe you just want to leave a little message and say, here, let's add this. And we're going to call this urgent message. Please check email for a message sent on sorry, I can't type, October 1st. And then what you do is, here it's going to show me. Well, let's close this and then we'll move it to the top because it's an urgent message. So we want to make sure that it's at the very top of our website, right? And then there it is. So, you can use these widgets in so many different ways. It's completely up to you. And then, if you don't have a message anymore, you just go in and delete it. And then it's gone. So hopefully that gives you a good idea as far as trying to really customize your theme and what you have. Static front pages are a little advanced. You would use a static front page mostly if you're a business. And then my particular theme that I'm using right now has front page featured sections, which would basically allow me to put 3 boxes right here underneath the header that each represented a different page from my blog. So not really anything that I would need currently, but if you created different pages or something that you wanted to highlight in this particular theme, it allows you to do that. Okay, so I want to show you one more thing before I turn off the video. In the dashboard here, you can also access the menus from here. And this allows you to add the different pieces as I explained. So I've noticed that some of the themes don't have this same setup that I showed you from the customized view, and some do. So that view that I was just showing you how to use the menus is very much the same as this, but not all themes have that, but all themes have this page in the dashboard. So if your menu section in your customizing view is not what I just showed you and you're very confused, check your dashboard appearance menu section, and that should allow you to check boxes over here and add them to your menu how you want them. So that's how you do that. And just remember to always click the yellow Save menu, and then it should appear on your website as you have configured it down here. So I believe that pretty much covers customizing. Our next video, we'll talk about the differences between posts and pages and give you some really good ideas for what you can post and how you can use this class blog to really level up your classroom and help you communicate better with parents and students. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.